It's no surprise to anyone that we question whether globalization will continue apace the way it has over the last 40 years. You can have a perspective that globalization is momentarily paused because of the policies of Donald Trump and the United States on tariffs, because of Brexit, but that those are road bumps to returning to a period in which globalization continues. At Bain, our view is that we are entering a period we call post-globalization, one where trade will encounter barriers, where free movements of goods and capital may be more limited than it has been over the past few decades. Businesses have been able to operate at global scale to create investments and recoup those investments across every market in the world. The multinational corporation doesn't specify which markets to be in, but simply tries to be in as many as possible. In an environment where there are barriers and access issues, companies may not be able to recoup investments at very high asset levels, or may need to reconsider how those assets are deployed. Companies and investors may need to think of themselves, rather than as multinationals, as international companies, where they have a strategy, where they pick and choose the markets in which they operate. And these markets and access are likely to be very different by type of product. A technology product, particularly one that is considered adjacent to or part of national security, as we have seen already, will face much greater constraints than tourism or basic commodities. And so considering the what and the where will be important. The good news is that the question of whether or not you can thrive in a different or smaller scale environment, the answer will be a resounding yes for many types of businesses. Businesses that support automation, that helps eliminate some of the challenges of accessing labor in far-flung markets. Businesses that help insulate or create more resilient supply chains. Businesses that have characteristics where there's an advantage to being a local champion or truly understanding localized tastes and preferences. But without asking the question of whether global scale is necessary for this business, an investor risks having poorer returns than expected.